Lions TV, how you doing, Dan? Full time at the Den, 3-2 at Derby. Definitely a lacklustre performance, shall we say?
Yeah, mate. I mean, I'm doing good. Circumstances doing well. Yeah, it's all good. Positive. Football's back, I suppose. We've got to take some positive from it. I don't know, mate. It was just you can't make excuses and say we ain't played because everyone's the same, isn't they? They ain't played either.
True.
I think game plan wise, they got it right. They kept the ball, didn't they? And we chased it. And I mean, we said at half time, I think someone mentioned it could only get better in the second half, but my fear was it could get worse simply because of us chasing the ball and not playing for so long. Yeah. I mentioned it early with Rooney about dictating the play, and he did, and no one dropped in on him and stopped him from doing it. And him and Sibley, I think today were the difference.
Yeah, mate, that Sibley was a very strong talent. Just kept cutting through us like knife through butter, wasn't he?
Yeah, mate, that's the difference, though, isn't it? From trying the youth players, putting younger players in. We don't do it enough. I don't think we do it enough. We've got young players in and around that are doing stuff in the youth ranks, but we never give them a go. I don't think enough. To be fair, I think there's plenty of players we've got that we should give them a chance. They're raw. Do you know what I mean? And they don't care. We had no one today that would go forward and take players on. Every time we got the ball and we got forward, we went backwards with it. Every time. And I know, obviously, it looked like we tried to play on the counter. And we said again, it don't work without pace. It doesn't work without pace. And you could see it. Now, there was plenty of space in behind them early on. Early on you could see the space in behind them, but we had no one to get in behind. Obviously, we couldn't play Bennett because obviously we've got him on loan off Derby. But, I think Bradshaw would have been more suited today somewhere in our front three.
Well, again, what Bradshaw has got, it's a funny one with Bradshaw because under Rowett, he's not really fired at all. His record was a lot better under Neil Harris, but what he has got, and I still think he can do the business as a main man up front, he has got pace and he isn't afraid to run at people. And it just seems our players today carry themselves a bit awful, as if they just come back off the back of like a 9-game losing streak. They didn't have the confidence, and you're spot on what you say. Every time they went forward, they didn't have the confidence to take a player on, so they fucking cut back and come backwards with it, and we just kept slowing us down, wasn't it?
Yeah, mate. As I say, we were getting forward. It did look like a complete lack of confidence. I think Bradshaw can still score goals for us without a shadow of doubt. I'm one of his biggest fans. I think he'll get us goals if he gets games. You can't knock Smith either because he's got 4 in his last 2 now. Yeah. If he gets a chance, Smith at the moment he's taking them, but we're not creating enough for him.
Well, we ain't creating anything, mate. Like out wide, Shane Ferguson puts it. The funny thing was about today's game, 2 things. One, how has that ended up a 5-goal game? Because it wasn't an exciting game at all. I didn't think. It wasn't a high standard of game. And 2, we showed a very good, strong flash of brilliance for our goal. Shane Ferguson wins the ball, gives it to Jed, makes up ground. Murray Wallace is involved, gives it back to Fergie. Fergie sticks in a peach of a cross. And you thought, oh, okay, we've been slow starting, but now we're going to kick on. But that was sort of the only move of any memory in the game.
Yeah. I think there was a difference there, to be fair. When we went 1-0 up, on another day where we've got the crowd there, we could probably go on and get a second. Because you know what we're like, we get 1-0 up, the crowd are going. But it was like 1-0 and everything was flat again after. And I think, that's going to be the difference with, what we're like. At the end of the day, we are punching above our weight where we are. And part and parcel of that, I think, is because of down to the hard work of what the players do and what we give them as fans at home. And obviously, it's very hard to go into a game like that, after such a long layoff, to expect them to give that 110% that we need to take us to the level of the other teams that can spend big money. And I think that's what plays a big factor. I'm pissed off after today, and a lot of us will be. But we also have to bring ourselves back down to earth and think where we're sitting currently, it's not Rowett's players, it's not really his squad. We're sitting in a good position. And hopefully, we need to recruit well in the summer. If we do you don't want to lose anyone, but if we are going to lose some of our better players, as long as we get good money for them and it's reinvested in the right way and we build, I'm happy. Do you know what I mean? We've done well this year, and it, we're typical. We get in a good position and we get our hopes up, and then we get the ump with them when they don't perform.
Yeah.
That's us as Millwall fans. We'll never change. When it's shit, they're the worst, and when they're doing well, we expect us to sit and get the playoffs. But realistically, when we look at our squad, it ain't as good as the rest of them around us.
No. Okay, mate, they got some good players, and I said that today. As disappointed as we was, our expectancy level was high as fans, as you said, for the exact reasons you just said. We think we can take on the well when we're doing well, and the break hasn't helped us, but all teams are in the same position. But we've not played very well at all, I didn't think, with no fluency, no ideas going forward, no pace, leaky defence. Goalkeeper should have saved the third. But despite that, we played a team in Derby who've got Wayne Rooney, a lot of players that are good players and worth a lot of money, and they've still only done us by 1 goal.
Well, yeah, Go on, Dad. Sorry, mate.
I'm not repeating all that.
Yeah, exactly. They've got Rooney sitting in their midfield. They've got Curtis Davis, who's got experience at the back. They've got that. Is it Bogle at the right back? He's a quality player, and obviously they brought that youngster in. They brought that youngster in Sibley today, who's had an absolute blinder, and they paid a lot of money for Waghorn as well. So
that's what I'm saying. And they've only beat us by 1 goal. So, like you say, maybe the effect of not having a crowd there just to give us that extra 10% to make it the 12th man and push on. Do you think it's going to affect us more than most teams with this no crowd at games?
Yeah, I think it will. We definitely are like the 12th man for the boys when they're out there, and as I say, our squad compared to others is nowhere near as good. Some of the players. Let's take, for instance, Fulham. They've got Mitrovic up front. How much is he worth?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And our record signing is nowhere near that.
No, our record signing was obviously Ryan Leonard. How do you think he played?
I think he was better.
I
think he was better, but I don't like to dig players out, because they've all been poor today. But
I thought he was one of the better ones.
If we want to push on, then I don't think we're going to have players like Ryan Leonard in our starting lineup. That's my personal opinion. If we want to push on and be, a top level championship side and start pushing for playoffs and getting up there, I don't think maybe a squad player, but not a starting 11. But for me, there's a lot of players in that starting 11. I think we would need to improve. I
agree, mate. You're right what you're saying. We've got to remember they're not Rowett's players, but we've got a lot of nearly men. Like, I always think, I just don't know what it is with Scalak. I always think he's going to end up doing the business and he doesn't. Aidan O'Brien's a bit of a nearly man. Conor Mahoney, I thought he done well when he came on, but he's a bit of a nearly man. But Vardson, Leonard, they're sort of all in that same bracket. You think you're going to do well, but they're just not really up to the standard. I don't think. They say they're not bad squad players, but if we want to kick on next season, do you think Rowett will be looking at bringing a few of his own?
Yeah, I think he will. I think hopefully, he'll look at bringing in Woods. And, we've been saying, and you mentioned it, I don't think Woods and Malumbi can play together, but I don't think Malumbi will be with us next year anyway, because I don't think we'll get him on loan again. Fingers crossed we can get Woods in through the door and, I don't know, kick on. As I say, we need to recruit well in the summer. If we do get a bit of money or spend a bit of money, depending on what's going on with our club's finances after this coronavirus thing, hopefully we can go in and spend well and strengthen the squad up.
Sorry, mate, I'm not laughing. I'm just looking at your beard as you're talking. Your beard's it's gone to the next level, that beard, mate. Isn't it during lockdown?
Oh, mate, yeah, tell me about it. I'm booked in for the 6th of July to get me a beard and my hair cut. That's why the hat's on. My hair is outrageous.
Well, mate, you're not alone. I managed to get an house call in the end for a trim. But thanks for joining us, Danny. Good to have you back.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Good to see you.
Top man. See you soon.
Come on, you Lions.